Welcome back to KMOT First News at 6. I'm John Jacklin. Region tournament time is upon us for both Class A and B girls basketball. And unlike in districts, the quarterfinal round is win or go home. In A, the top seed and #1 team in the state South Prairie Max facing Dunseith. First quarter, Dragons staying in the game with the 3-ball. Deflected pass is corralled by Mackenzie McLeod. Count it from deep. Royals in the half-court set. Riley Rutledge juking her way to the basket, scoops it up and through the contact and one. 6-point South Prairie lead halfway through one. Royals in transition now. Great pass by Abby Mickelson to hit Scotty Beck in stride, and they cruise to a quarterfinal victory and will face the winner of Rugby versus DLB. I'll have the highlights of that game tonight at 10. Now to Newtown for Class B Region 3. The District 6 champs Berthold take care of business against Powers Lake Burke Central. Meanwhile, Tioga is able to fight off a fierce upset bid from Surrey. Let's shift to the ice. The state hockey tournament brackets are both set. Let's start with the boys. Grand Forks Central takes the East top spot after defeating Red River in the East Region Final. Bottineau Rugby will take on the Knights in the first game of the tourney. The Braves are making their first state appearance in 3 years. The third game of the day Thursday will be the West 1 seed, the Minot Magicians, taking on Fargo Davies. Now to the girls bracket. No region seeding, just the top 8 teams across the state based on regular season record. The quarterfinal round is on Wednesday. Fargo North-South is the 1 seed. The Jets play in the final game, taking on Century in the 2 regular season meetings. Minot lost to the Patriots in overtime both times. Should be 2 great tournaments out in Grand Forks. We'll be right back.